Why are these paragraphs important to these proceedings, my ladies, my lords? And while addressing that question, I am going to refer to various provisions of the Constitution. I'll begin by referring to Article 88 of the Constitution. I'll seek reliance again on Article 89, Article 97, Article 138, Clause 2. I'll also seek reliance on Section 2 of the Election Act, and I'll also seek reliance on Section 83 of the Election Act. My ladies, my lords, if you look at the affidavits that I've mentioned, and most importantly, affidavit by the chairman of the commission, at paragraph 25, he defines and says that he conducted tallying of election results in 291 constituencies. Paragraph 19 of William's Republic. If you look at Article 138, Clause 2, the Constitution provides that elections shall take place in each and every constituency in this Kenya. And when you define constituency, my ladies, my lords, you look at the provision of Article 4 and Article 5. Article 5 of the Constitution, which defines the territory of the Republic of Kenya. Then you further look at Article 89, Clause 1. It says there shall be 290 constituencies in the Republic of Kenya. And that is where the elections shall take place. But what happened on 9th of August is that we have submissions and averments that elections took place in 291 constituencies. The fundamental questions, my ladies, my lord, is where did this extra constituency come from? And is this extra constituency a constitutional constituency defined by the ambit of Article 89? There may be arguments that this was a constituency by the diaspora. Yes, they may have their rights under Article 38 to vote. But the question is it a constituency within the meaning of the law? We submit that to the extent that individuals not confined to Article 89 of the Constitution, to the extent that the elections of an extra constituency, not defined under Article 97, took place during that particular time, that contaminated the election. You must then ask yourself, to what extent was the contamination? Article 138, Clause 4, requires the Commission to compute whether or not the president-elect has attained 50 plus 1%. We are submitting that these elections that took place in alien constituencies contributed to the computation of 50 plus 1%. Then you might ask yourself, my ladies, my lords, what then is the test that I'm trying to apply? I am applying the test proposed by Section 83 of the Constitution of the Election Act. It provides that an election can be voided if that election did not comply with the Constitution or other written law. And this is a fundamental question, my ladies, my lords, because a constituency as defined by Article 289, Article 89, that must be within the territory of Kenya as defined by Article 5, then contemplates a situation whereby there is a question of representation. It subjects the people of Kenya to exercising their sovereignty through the representation of those people. The question then that begs an answer is, how can an election that has been infiltrated by alien constituencies be regarded as a constitutional election? We submit thus that waives the fundamental requirement where IBC under Article 88, Clause 5, is required to conduct an election within the ambit of the Constitution. It is a mandate within the IBC that the mandate is so fundamental that it cannot be waived, it cannot be fettered, it cannot even be relaxed. An individual cannot create a constituency. If it was in the interest of Kenyans, while promulgating this constitution and adopting this constitution and giving this constitution unto themselves to create an extra constituency, There was nothing that was as easy as saying as such. My ladies, my lords, permit me to address the question of the 27 constituencies. Again, it has been submitted by my learned friend that under paragraph 25 of the Chairman Chebukati's replying affidavit, he has glossed over that weighty issue. He does not consider that 27 constituencies, which makes about 10% of the Kenyan constituencies, which translates to about 1.9 elected voters, were not included in the final tally. And what does he do? He makes and he amends and carefully uses the words which to apply. In his replying affidavit, he technically avoids the use of the word declaration and he uses the word announcement. The word announcement is not akin, is not similar, and does not mean declaration. Why, my ladies, my lords? Because Article 130 presupposes a declaration of all the polling results by the IEBC. So this declaration is not akin to announcement. And therefore, my ladies, my lords, we are submitting that the chairman of the Electoral Commission was lost on what he needed to do. He is making a declaration and reducing the question of declaration to the question of a master of ceremony. The IBC chairman was not called upon to just officiate the process. He was called upon to execute a constitutional obligation. And therefore, when the law speaks about a declaration, there must be clear demonstration that the same was done. What happened, my ladies, my lords? He says that the law does not require him to do so. He does not annex any evidence that the same was declared. He does not annex any evidence in his affidavit that there was tallying. He does not aid this honorable court to make an opinion that, yes, the requirements of the Constitution were met. Finally, my ladies, my lords, we need to interrogate the conduct of the chairman of the IBC. We need to interrogate the previous and even the current conduct of the chairman. He was effectively described by my senior line friend, Mr. Norji, that is a person who has perfected the art of imperfection. And he has perfected the art of imperfection by making sure that he conducts a lone ranger process. Remember, my ladies, my lords, to the run-up of the second election in 2017, a similar issue arose, which necessitated the resignation of the commissioners. How long shall we allow an individual to keep on transgressing the law? How long shall we allow this individual to keep on putting Kenyans and to subject Kenyans into uncertainty? The law requires that there must be certainty. And the certainty contemplated by the law is that I shall cast my vote, and my vote
will be 15th of August 2022. Following that declaration, the petitioners, the first and second petitioners, were aggrieved with that announcement and consequently filed this petition. The petition is accompanied with a host of affidavits, and it may please the court, I'll refer to about 5 or 6 affidavits in my address. But as a matter of opening, I would want to deal with some constitutional issues as set out in the various articles of the Constitution. My lords and my ladies, after many years, the Kenyan people came about with the Constitution 2010. They enacted this, the Constitution 2010, and as opposed to the previous occasions, we had a constitution with...
All this goes towards enhancing
to emerge the winner.
The court
to determine who represents the
na kama watu ya Rongai. Nataka kushukuru watu wote wale walipigia kura, hata wale hawakunipigia kwa sababu tu wananchi competition.
The Kitui Rural MP race saw David Mwalika of the Wiper Party successfully defend his seat as a member of parliament in a race that had only 2 contenders. Celebrations rocked the Southeastern University of Kenya Tallying Center as supporters of Mwalika acknowledged the win. Mwalika will for a second term lead Kitui Rural Constituency after garnering 17,745 votes against his only competitor Charles Namai of UDA, who garnered 10,170.
They put it in context. Paragraph 43 avers that the number of voters who turned out to vote in the general election held on the 9th of August 2022 remains indeterminate. The second respondent has been issuing contradictory figures on the voter turnout. On the 9th of August 2022, on or about 1600 hours, 1 hour before the close of polls, the first respondent reported through various public news media outlets the voter turnout around the country was fairly low and was at an average of 52% of the registered number of voters. On 10th of August 2022, at or about 13 hours, in his first media briefing to the public following the close of polling, their second respondent announced that the total voter turnout in the general election as captured in the electronic voter identification kits, that is the KIM kits, was 65.4%, equivalent to 14,466,779 voters. Roman 3, the second respondent, however, indicated that he expected the above number to rise once the number of votes identified manually was taken into account. Contrary to the above declaration and reasonable legitimate expectation, the final voter turnout captured and declared in the final results of the presidential election in Form 3C is stated to be 213,137 votes, which is absurdly lower and not higher as anticipated. Notwithstanding.
Nam ni muktasari tu wa wakili James Orengo hapo akiwa anatetea shauku walizowasilisha kuhusiana na uchaguzi wa urais, ambapo matokeo yaliyotangazwa na Wafula Chebukati, mwenyekiti wa IEBC, yalionyesha kuwa rais aliyechaguliwa ni William Ruto wa chama cha UDA. Mawakili wengine ambao waliweza kutoa tetesi zao katika mahakama ya upeo asubuhi ya leo ni pamoja na Paul Mwangi, Feroz Noroji, Julie Soweto, na wa mwisho kutoa tetesi zake alikuwa ni Zirabano Jan Mohamed, ambaye ni mmoja wa wale ambao waliwasilisha kesi za kupinga matokeo, kesi ambazo zilijumlishwa hapo jana kwenye kikao cha kupanga mikakati. Na wanahabari wetu wamekuwa wakifuatilia matukio katika mahakama hiyo. Hivi sasa kuna ile shughuli ambayo inayoendelea ya kuhesabu upya kura kutoka baadhi ya vituo 10 kura kutoka kutoka kaunti mbalimbali, kaunti za Nandi, Kericho, Mombasa na Nyandarua. Agizo lilikuwa limetolewa jana na mahakama kuwa shughuli hii ifanyike ndani ya saa 48, na pia kulikuwa na agizo la kuchunguzwa kwa sava za IEBC katika kituo cha kitaifa cha kujumlisha kura. Hebu tusikize shughuli hiyo inavyoendelea.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50.
Is there an issue? Can we know what the issue is?
There's a likelihood that there's a number he skipped. He said 13, then he went to 15 when you were verifying the ballot.
When he was counting? Can you do like in 50, so that we do 50, then 50 plus, like that, instead of going continuously? Is it? Yeah, 50, 50, 50. Ukifika 50, unaanza 1. Hivyo. Yeah, start now that there's an issue which has been raised. Just do the counting. Yeah, just the counting. No, you say it. Say it. Yes. So do the 50, 50, 50, and then somebody's. Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50.
So we are at 50. Okay.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33.
There were 2 bunches, so 33 plus 50. Yes, so we are done. Let's go to the next. So this is for Raila. Reroll them? Yes. No, you can hold the mic. You can hold the mic on the other side, please.
So you just get them out. We need 2 people. There are 3 badges.
Yeah, there are 3. So the first one.
Raila Odinga, 1, 2. Who's showing? We went to the other side.
Okay, so start again.
Let's start again?
Yeah, start again. I think if we had ladies in this team, we'd be fast.
Sorry? Yes. No, it's okay. Sure.
Yes. Okay, let's have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. That's the first batch. Going to the second.
Na ni shughuli inayoendelea katika mahakama ya juu ambapo wanahesabu kura kutoka vituo mbalimbali vilivyotajwa jana na mahakama ya upeo kuwa kura zihesabiwe upya katika vituo 15 kutoka kaunti mbalimbali. Kaunti hizo ni Nandi, Kericho, Mombasa na Nyandarua. Kumbuka pia kulikuwa na agizo la kuchunguzwa kwa sava za IEBC katika kituo cha kitaifa cha kujumlisha kura. Yote haya yakiwa yanatarajiwa kufanywa katika saa 48 tangu wakati ambapo mahakama ya upeo ilipotoa agizo hilo. Lakini asubuhi ya leo tumeweza kuwasikiza mawakili kutoka kwa upande wa wahusika waliowasilisha kesi ya kupinga matokeo ya uchaguzi wa urais uliomtangaza ama iliyopelekea mwenyekiti BC Wafula Chebukati kumtangaza William Samoei Ruto kama rais aliyechaguliwa kwenye uchaguzi huo uliofanyika Agosti tarehe 9. Na katika mahakama hiyo ya upeo, wanahabari wetu wamekita kambi, wamekuwa wakifuatilia matukio katika mahakama hiyo ya upeo, na hivi sasa tunaungana naye Zuya Walter ili aweze kutueleza mengi zaidi kuhusiana na yale ambayo yalifanyika asubuhi ya leo hadi mwendo wa saa 7 mchana wa leo. Zuya, hujambo? Tuliona mawakili James Orengo, Paul Mwangi, Feroz Noroji, Julie Soweto pamoja na Zirabanu Jan Mohamed wakiwa wanatoa tetesi zao mbele ya majaji 7 wa mahakama ya upeo. Jitueleze waliweza kugawa vipi yale maswala ambayo mahakama iliweza kujumlisha hapo jana.
Na Mashirima, bila shaka ukiona majaji wa mahakama ya juu wamevaa magwanda yao rasmi, inaashiria kwamba kikao rasmi kimeweza kung'oa nanga siku ya leo, na kama unavyosema kwamba Raila Amolo Odinga pamoja na Martha Koome ambao ndio waliweza kuwasilisha kesi yao kwanza wameweza kutoa hoja zao leo wakiongozwa na wakili James Orengo, Philip Murgor, Julie Soweto pamoja na Paul Mwangi, na wameweza kugusia hoja kadhaa ikiwemo hoja kwamba uchaguzi wa tarehe 9 na matangazo yaliweza kufanywa tarehe 15 mwezi Agosti haukuweza kufuata sheria ambazo zimeweza kuwekwa za kufuata uchaguzi, haujafuata sheria ambazo zimewekwa katika katiba. Na ninajiunga na mwenzangu Ben Kirui ambaye tumekuwa tukifuatilia matangazo haya, kikao hichi cha kwanza ambacho kimeanza mwendo wa saa 3 mpaka mwendo wa saa 7 hivi. Na James Orengo vile aliweza kusema kwamba migawanyiko katika tume ya IEBC ambayo tulikuwa tumeiona hapo awali tangu matokeo hayo kuweza kutangazwa tarehe 15 mwezi Agosti unaashiria kwamba hata tukifanya uchaguzi mwingine basi tume ya IEBC haiwezi kuaminika. Na vile tuliona mawakili leo wakitoa hesabu zao kuonyesha kwamba wakidai kwamba William Samoei Ruto ambaye ni rais mteule hakuweza kufikia zile idadi ambayo inatakikana kikatiba kutangazwa kuwa rais mteule.
Na hicho kipengee ni kipengee cha kikatiba cha 138 ambacho kinahitaji ama yule ambaye atateuliwa ama atatangazwa kuwa rais mteule anafaa kuwa amepata 50 na kura moja, ilhali anasema kwamba William Ruto hakuweza kufikia kile ambacho kinatakikana kikatiba. Manake anasema wale ambao